Hello and welcome to another episode of In the Kitchen with Becca. So today I have a fun one for you because my life is a little bit chaotic right now. We have a little bit of a leak in the ceiling and guess what? We're about to leave for a week. But it's still Thanksgiving and this Thanksgiving we are going out to San Diego to be with Neil's family and have a big celebration. I signed up for making an app. There's gonna be about 30 to 40 people there, and I need to do some recipe testing because guess what? I have a touch of a reputation to uphold, and it has to be good. So I'm gonna do some recipe testing here, kind of while my life is a little bit in shambles from the ceiling to, you know, everything else. So I'm bringing you along with me to have some fun. So let's go to the board and let's go over what I'm testing out today. But first, I think a little bit of an outfit change. And there we go. I am what I am. Also, I have a lot of Thanksgiving shirts, so we're starting with this one. Because I am cooking for a lot of people, I wanted an appetizer that would be low prep, relatively inexpensive, and most importantly, like some fanciness. So like I want it to be cool, I want it to be interesting, but also I can whip it together pretty quickly in an Airbnb or a big shared kitchen, and it's not gonna take up too much like oven space. It's just gonna be pretty low maintenance. So here's what I have for brainstormings. Also ignore this is our garden plans for the summer. It's a hot debate. First, we have a classic baked brie that has like a walnut honey topping. We're gonna try that out. Then we have a bacon and date dip. Now me personally with appetizers, I loved a bacon wrapped stuffed date, but that's just a little too like labor intensive. I think it'd be just kind of annoying to do. But I found a dip that you might be able to get the same flavor profile, so we'll see how that goes. And then we're gonna do some whipped feta. Now, I have two things I wanna try out. First, a delicious looking recipe from Bon Appetit that's whipped feta with charred scallions. So that sounds awesome to me. It kind of sounds like a cool, fun take on French onion dip. But I also bought some olives and some cranberries to try to roast up in a unique way that I could also top just some whipped feta. And so I'm gonna try all of these dips. I did buy some delicious focaccia to try it. So I'm gonna try out some dips. Everything else is in shambles. So let's melt some cheese and put it on some bread and see if it works.
So I started with the baked brie. I took a small oven safe dish and I cut about how much I would need there. Oh, look how creamy and delicious. So I put it in my oven safe dish and then I scored the brie kind of in like a hashtag kind of. Then I got some of the top chopped walnuts, some lemon zest, some honey, fresh rosemary, and some salt. And then I mixed that all together. I topped the brie with some fig preserves. I love this stuff. So I was really excited. And then the walnut topping. I mean, it is just gorgeous. And then I put it on a dish and put it in the oven to roast. For my other dips, I found this cornbread tray, which is absolutely perfect. So first I wanted to try the olives. And there's already olive oil and seasoning in there, so I just dumped it all in there to make sure I had all that. Next, I did the cranberries, so I washed my cranberries, and then I added, honestly, the rest of the walnut mixture, because I thought it would be really good. And then some orange zest, which apparently this is supposed to hide your zest oranges, but it didn't really work out that well. Maybe I need a new zester. We'll see. And then I topped with some hot honey. Cranberries are sour, so I used a lot. And then I gave that a good, delicious mix. It really was beautiful. And then I put it in the tray to roast. I did realize just then that the olives weren't pitted, but that was a problem for later. All right. Then the brie was just about ready. And oh my God, look at that. It was sweet, it was warm, it was soothing and delicious, and oh my God.
Oh my God. That's so good. Okay, so for the baked brie, it was easy to put together, not too terribly expensive. It really wasn't in the oven for that long, and I think it'd be really good to share. So overall, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. Let's see how the other guys do.
After another dip into the brie, it was time for the bacon date dip. So I cut up a few strips of bacon, and then I also de-pitted and just roughly chopped some dates as well. I tossed that all together with some more hot honey and some pepper. I pulled out the awesome roasting olives and cranberry sauce that turned out really good. I mean, just listen to that. And then I added in the bacon to roast. Then it was time for the whipped feta. I did goat cheese and cream cheese, about 8 ounces of goat cheese, 4 ounces of cream cheese, a big glug of honey, lemon, salt, and then I drizzled in olive oil. It was incredibly smooth. I do think I added a little bit too much olive oil because it split just a little bit. But onto the scallions. I placed the scallions on a tray, I drizzled it with olive oil and tossed in some salt, and then I roasted it. It got a little too dark because it was on parchment paper, but hey, here we go. Then once the bacon and date was cooled and I had everything cooled down, I plated up my next 3 dips.
So all of these dips are really good. Surprisingly, the cranberry was better than I expected. I tasted it on its own, it was pretty sour, but actually with the feta, it tasted really, really good. The roasted olives, classic combination, and then the date dip was good. I think I'll cook it at a lower temperature just because like the bacon didn't get all the way cooked and the dates got a little too brown. But overall, all of these are really good options and they were pretty easy to come together. So I think right now the bacon and date dip is equal with the baked brie. The cranberry and the olives I think are not as good, but still really good. So like a 7. So right now the baked brie and the bacon date dip are leading. And we'll see what happens with the charred scallion.
Final dip, I took the cooled charred scallions, lime zest, smoked paprika, garlic, black pepper, and juice of half of a lime, and then I pureed that with the feta and dipped away.
Okay, that is very, very good. I don't think I used enough onions. It kind of tastes like a Mexican crema, but like, I'm not complaining. Back at the board. So I've made all of the dips. All of them were pretty easy to make. All seemed relatively fancy and scalable, which would be great. My 2 front runners are the baked brie and the bacon date dip. They just seem the most like holiday, specific stuff. The whipped feta with charred scallions, but it didn't taste like festive enough for Thanksgiving, I don't think. Same goes with like the roasted olives on top of the whipped feta. Delicious, not Thanksgiving enough. The cranberry one, I think with editing, could be delicious. I'm gonna kind of keep it in the front runner, but honestly, I think either the baked brie or the bacon date dip are gonna be our winners. And we'll just see what happens in San Diego. But now I have it narrowed down to 2. I need to clean my very dippy kitchen, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys try these in your own kitchen and have a wonderful and delicious Thanksgiving.